I'm standing in central Denpasar, and today we're going to have a bit of a walk around the older part of town. I've got a few little stops in mind that we might go and explore. We'll get into some of the back streets. We'll look at this beautiful architecture, and we'll provide a little bit of an update on that collapsed building situation and see what's going on there. Let's get stuck in. The first place I wanted to visit is this like kopi tiam style place. Like they do noodles and old school coffee apparently, so we're going to give it a go. Hello. Di atas ya? We'll go upstairs here. So this is, because it's the old part of town, they've got these older style little eateries, but they've tried to modernise them to bring them into the 21st century. Okay. This looks pretty cool. These old the cages on the windows, really love those, old windows. Really nice. And then, oh, look at that staircase up there. But Susan's waiting for me over here. I love these old hardwood floors too, beautiful. And then a little balcony out the front here. So that's Chinese Indonesian style, or Chinese. I think it's from the area of Hainan in China, but when all those people migrated to Southeast Asia, they got their own culture. This is like Chinese Indonesian, Chinese Singaporean, Chinese, Malaysian, that style of little warung. The place is called Kedai Napan. Kedai is like a little shop. It's almost like the word warung in a lot of ways. They do basically noodle dishes. I've got a little menu there. You can sort of see it, but it's probably, I don't really need to show you all the things. Essentially, you get a simple one for 28,000, and their coffee over the other side here, like a white coffee, is going to be 25,000. So I'm just going to get like a simple noodle and coffee, see what it comes out like. I find that in both Singapore and Malaysia, there's a trend to transforming these old shop houses into a more modern version of their old self. So what I mean by that is that they'll keep the food as it was back in the day, but they'll spruce up the interior a lot and they'll add like a proper coffee to the menu. It's quite a nice blend to take that old style food, which people still love, and bring it into the 21st century and get a new customer base in that wants good coffee or cares about the cleanliness of the place or wants good music on the radio. I mean, that's not good music, but good music. And just sprucing things up a bit. I really kind of like it. I haven't seen it as much in Indonesia. It has happened a little bit, but not as much as it's happened in Malaysia for sure. It's happened a lot, and in Singapore I've seen it happen heaps, but not so much in Indonesia. So seeing it here in downtown Denpasar is really nice. It actually reminds me a little bit of that coffee shop I went to last time I was in Denpasar. Well, not last time, but a couple of times ago I was in Denpasar. You might remember it, where there's a stationery shop that's still operational, and upstairs they whack in a coffee shop, which is just brilliant. From up here I can see what looks like a cafe over there, and there's some carpet shops over there. This is Jalan Kartini, yeah? And then over there I just spied some guy over there having a coffee just down the road a little bit. So what I might do after I have a bite to eat is just go for a wander around and have a look at those places, see what they're like. Explain a little bit about Kartini as well, because Kartini is an interesting figure in Indonesia. Hey, this looks good, doesn't it? Look at that one. Let's give it a go. I think it's going to be good. I mean, it looks good. That is a good coffee, 25,000. So good value. So one of the things you can get in Indonesia is a thing called soda gembira, which is basically a soft drink with ice cream in it, like I think we call it a spider in Australia. I think other countries probably call it something different. But this one's actually got badak and ice cream. Now, badak is an interesting thing. Badak means rhinoceros in Indonesian, but it also is the brand of drink, which is a sarsaparilla drink, which I really love, that you don't see everywhere. But if you do see it, go and get it. But this one's got a bit of ice cream in it as well. Well, I don't taste the ice cream, but I taste the sarsaparilla. It's just unreal. I got the original bakmi ayam, so you've got pieces of thigh meat chicken there. You've got these little crispy bits. I think they call it pangsit goreng, but little crispy bits of like chips. And your noodles are underneath. A bit of bok choy there, and then some topping, which I'm not even really familiar with. I'll taste it. Not really sure, but anyway, let's check it out. Well, that chicken's good. It's like very simple food, but very tasty. There's a lot of garlic in there, so there's like almost like a garlic sauce, crushed garlic, minced garlic in there, and you mix all this together. Get a bit of liquid on there, because normally what happens with these noodles is that because the noodles are hot, they dry out a little bit, and the sauce or the liquid sort of falls to the bottom. So if you give it a bit of a stir up, you find that you can get it moist again, which is what I'm doing just there. Now, at risk of having a bit of bok choy stuck in my teeth, I'll continue on. This is usually a chicken broth. Sometimes I'm very disappointed with the chicken broths that come along with these noodles. Sometimes they've got no flavour. Let's see what this one's got. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Really well seasoned. Sometimes you get them and they're just plain and just disappointing. That's a good one. Quite chickeny, quite salty. Yeah, quite nice. 28,000, that's a bargain, isn't it? Well, that's a great start to the morning. I love that place. I'd easily come back here again and again, just as a casual place to have some brekkie. It's really nice. I'll just have a bit of a look around this part of the street first before we go a bit further along. Some of these buildings are all busted up and not operational anymore, but then there's this little place that looks like it's going to be, that is a cafe that will be open soon, I think, Umba. If that opens up, I might head in there. So while I'm just walking along here looking for some interesting stuff, I'll talk about Kartini. Now, she's almost like a hero. She's not a hero because that's an official designation, but she's hero-like. And she was born in the late 1800s under Dutch rule in the city of Jepara to some quite wealthy people. And as was custom at the time with Javanese women, is that after they were educated, if they were lucky enough to be educated, and she was educated at a Dutch school, they were locked away until marriage. Locked away. Now, what she did while she was locked away, because she was educated in a Dutch school, she corresponded with her Dutch friends about how she wanted freedom and equality for women, especially Javanese women of the time. And those letters were subsequently published after Kartini's death at the age of 25, so in the early 1900s. And they were so popular amongst the population and with the Dutch people, the more free-minded and forward-thinking Dutch people, that she became a bit of a cult figure. And she became a symbol of strength and of women's freedom and rights throughout the ages in Indonesia. And she is absolutely adored. And there is a Kartini Day every year, and you can go to Jepara and they've got a little Kartini museum, and yeah, everyone knows who Kartini is. So that's why this road is named Jalan Kartini. You can look her up and find a bit more out about her. It's very interesting for the time, very interesting. So as I was talking about Kartini, I went past all these things. These are all flowers for those little offerings that you see around the place. All the chanang sari, and yeah, people come down here and buy bags of them. All sorts of stuff going on down here. What's she making? Oh, that's sugarcane. Interesting. Lagi. Ini apa, Pak? Yang ini? Dari pohon apa?
Debu.
Debu.
Gula, bahan gula.
Ya. Dan dibikin apa?
Untuk canang.
Oh, untuk canang aja. Oh, aku baru tahu, Pak. Ya, makasih, Pak. Oh, a bit of sugar cane for the canang. That's very interesting. I didn't even know that. I was thinking, what are they chopping that up for? Well, that's something you learn every day, don't you? Because I mean, you see all those flowers for sure in those canang, but you don't know about the sugar cane, I get. Well, I didn't. Yeah, you probably did, but I didn't. Oh, look at those flowers. They're beautiful, aren't they? So nice. I really love these ruko or shop houses. I've been talking a little bit about ruko in my recent videos because I want to harp on that subject a little bit, because ruko is a really, really important word in Indonesia. And the funny thing about it is, it's not just a word on its own, but it's two separate words that are joined together, yeah? Ruko means rumah toko. Now, what does rumah toko literally translate to? Well, it literally translates to shop house. So it's the same word in Indonesian as it is in English, but they've just shortened it to ruko by taking the first two letters of the rumah and the last two letters of toko and calling it ruko. And these things are all throughout Indonesia. They're a modern version. So if you go into the suburbs of any big city in Indonesia, and I'm talking the proper suburbs, you know, maybe 3-4 k's out from the centre, you have housing complexes, and almost at the start of every housing complex, you will have lines and lines of ruko, which is almost like your central shopping area of that suburb. It's your row of shops, and then people will normally live above the shops or make them into little warehouses. Now that's interesting. I don't know what that is. Some old office. It even looks a little bit like a church, but I don't think so. There's no cross. All right, here's a little cafe. I'm going to see if I can get into this place. So this place over here is called, what's it called? Oh, there's no sign. Oh, here we go, Crafty Café. Okay, opens at 8 a.m. today, so it's open. Let's get in. Oh, that guy I was seeing having a coffee, that's the guy who works here. Hello.
Hello, man.
How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Good. Wow, you got like really good English.
Thank you so much.
Where?
Learning English.
Masih belajar?
Masih belajar.
Yeah. I'll just go the normal. I'll just get a hot cappuccino.
Hot cappuccino. Anything else?
What else have we got? Yeah, this looks good already. Look at this place. They've got all that exposed wall there. Susan's caught up to me. She's ordering something there. Nice little seating area. And then out the back, what have we got here? This is a real old building. Oh, wow. Now that is cool. That is so cool. Wow. It's obviously a rundown place that they've spruced up a little bit, but not 100%. And I love that. I love that a lot. That's brilliant. Look at that. The vibes. Little temple out the back. And then up there, they've got something else. We just blocked off with the plant, but that's what you're looking at up there. Ah, mad. Absolutely mad. Love it. Absolutely love the style of this place. This is the sort of places that I love. You don't get it so much outside of the city. It's hard because these old buildings really don't exist in many places around Bali, except the cities of Bali, of which there aren't that many. Today I'm being served by a guy named Agung. Fantastic guy from the village of Jati Lui, and he's studying Nusa Dua in the food and beverage sort of school, and he plans one day to go onto a cruise ship. Top guy, he only works here part-time, so when you come here, because you will come here because it's brilliant, when you come here, he might not be here, it might be some other person. But look at this, look at those drinks. Yeah. They're trying to sort of put events on occasionally, like they're going to have a DJ here next week. They do different little events here just to sort of give a bit more activity to this place, because they're trying to generate a bit of business. It's a new place, only 6 months old. Let's try the coffee. It's good coffee. You knew it was going to be. You could see it was going to be a good coffee. Apparently, the owner of this place actually has experience with cafes in the Canggu area. So, you know, they're right up there. They know what they're doing. But the thing about this is more focused on locals. So they're targeting locals with their offering here rather than the bule style cafe. In Bali, I actually prefer the local style. I do. When they do it well, it's just so much better. I mean, you just look at this. That's my outlook as I sit down and have my coffee. I mean, it's just brilliant. Brilliant. Coffee's great. I don't know how much I'm paying for that coffee, but I can't imagine it's too much. I might actually go and check the price now because I didn't even check. But it's going to be good. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that menu again. Let's have a look here. There you go. White coffee, 24,000. 24,000. Absolute bargain. They do cocktails here as well. I was just about to tell you what one of the things on the menu was, but I cannot, and I can't even show it on camera because it'll get me banned. It'll get me banned from YouTube if I put that on the system. But anyway, some great little looking cocktails there. Local style, love it. In here, Jalan Kartini in Denpasar. Just going to go and ask Agung a couple of questions out here. Hey Agung, kalau biasanya ini ramai jam berapa? Yang paling ramai jam berapa?
Siang ke sore.
Siang.
Dari
Itu gara-gara apa? Karena orang Indonesia lebih suka nongkrong.
kebanyakan orang mampir ke sini itu pertama itu buat tugas.
Oh.
Pertama buat tugas kerja kantor di sini.
Oh,
Biasa,
kalau
working from home. Ya.
Working from home.
Ya.
Mungkin ada meeting di sini
Ada
juga.
meeting, terus nongkrong karena sore di sini view-nya sangat bagus. Jadi sinar matahari itu
Masuk ke sini.
Masuk ke sini.
Oh,
Jadi,
lebih bagus
view-nya
lagi.
di belakang juga enak. Makanya kebanyakan tamu lebih milih dari jam 3 sore sampai jam 6.
Jam 3 sore, jam 6. Oke.
Tapi kalau malam, tamu paling sering nyoba koktail kita.
Wow. Seperti bar.
Yes.
Wow.
Semi bar.
Semi bar dan kopi juga.
Kopi juga.
Oke. Makasih ya Agung. Aku mau berangkat sekarang.
Terima kasih.
Makasih ya. Oke ya. Okay, so I'm going to keep walking down here, down Jalan Kartini. Actually, the whole reason I'm here was I was going to go down to this textile road, Jalan Sulawesi, and show you what the story is down there, show you the update. And I haven't even got to it yet. I've been too busy enjoying myself at these coffee shops and restaurants. There you go. This is what the shop houses here look like. This is very old school. It's what you'd get in Singapore and Malaysia and Indonesia. In the old days, you used to get this too. And it's the 5-foot way. And the 5-foot way was implemented in the early 1800s in Southeast Asia. And it's actually how the word kaki lima comes about. You might have heard the word kaki lima, and a lot of people use it to mean one of those gerobak, a cart, but it's not really what kaki lima means. Kaki lima means a roadside stall, and it refers to 5 feet. Kaki lima, 5 feet, 5 feet from the road. You're not allowed to be in that 5-foot little gap there and sell your goods, basically. All right, let's zip across here before I get run over. But that's an interesting one because kaki lima over the years, because it's so commonly used when there's a gerobak involved, people are starting to use it a little bit more to mean the cart itself, and that's not really what it is. It's more of the stall. Because there's even a word which is pedagang kaki lima, PKL, and what those people are, they are the sellers who sell at those stalls, and they'll set up on the side of the road. They might even push a cart to the side of the road where they normally set up at night and sell their nasi goreng or something like that. And those guys, pedagang kaki lima, but they're not actually talking about the cart, they're talking about the stall. There's my little rant about kaki lima and what this little situation is with these 5-foot ways. There's a little bit run down up here. That one there is for sale. Dijual ruko ini, dijual SHM. SHM is certificate hak milik, basically freehold. You can buy that freehold. Hello. Jalan-jalan bu. Nggak usah. Bajunya udah oke.
Beli lagi baju Bali.
Ya nggak usah bu. Ya, mari bu. Ya. So this is Jalan Sulawesi. Oh, very got a lot of character. Just go down this little alleyway because I saw some art. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Look at that beautiful artwork there. Halo. Mau lihat gambar ini ya, okay, ya. A bit of graffiti. You keep going. It's the old part of town. You can go and buy some little snacks down there, have a little bit of a coffee or a drink. Really old feel to this part of town. Love it already. I'm not that familiar with this street. I do know about it, but I'm not like an expert on it. I know some of you that watch do come down here a lot to do your shopping for textiles. This is the textile street, and there is shop upon shop upon shop of textiles. The interesting thing about textiles here that's just nice, isn't it? I like the look of that. A bird up there, and someone lives up there in one of those ruko. The thing about textiles here in Indonesia is that there is a big textile industry, mainly focused, not all only, but mainly focused in the city of Badung, which is where I used to live And there was a big program, I think mid-60s, mid-50s, something like that, to develop the industry of textile making. And they still do textiles today and make a lot of clothes. So you'll often see big brands making their clothes here. Hello. Oh, Gunung Mas. Interesting. Toko. Not sure what they're selling.
What's this? Happy Pro? No. Camera Pro? No.
Yes,
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Where come from?
Australia. Where are you from?
From Balinese people.
Where in Bali?
Bali, Tabanan, you know?
Tabanan, I know. Which part of Tabanan?
Batukaru mountain.
Oh, I know.
Batukaru mountain.
I like it.
Hot spring.
I love it there.
Already there?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Udah.
Beautiful. Rice field and Jatilui.
Yeah, yes. Oh, Jatilui juga. Oh, yeah,
Close
yeah.
from Jatilui.
Oh,
Rice
wow.
field.
Yeah. I just met another guy. Dia juga dari sana. Ya, orang di coffee shop juga dia dari
Yeah, kopi shop.
dari Jatilui juga.
Yeah, good. Nice view.
Yeah. Hey, nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye. Oh, nice guy. A little bit of a chat. We're going to make sure I don't get run over here because I know there's a car behind me. Just nice shops, nice textiles. So it's not a long road, this one, and it is well shaded. So if you come down here, like, you're not going to be hot and steamy. Well, you will a little bit, but you're not in the direct sun. And walking down here, because it's not a busy road, you don't feel like you're going to get run over every 5 seconds. Well, a little bit you do, but not bad. Yeah. Now that's batik. Yeah. So that's a batik shop. There's another one that's doing a lot of kain batik. Hello. Look at that, beautiful batik. Biasanya batiknya dari mana? Jawa, dari Jawa. Ya, oh, motifnya Bali, tapi dicetak di Jawa. Oke. Makasih ya. Hey, this guy again. Hey. Yeah, nice. Hey, Balinese motif printed in Java. The regional batik, beautiful. These shops, I don't know how prices go, but I know a lot of my followers do come here to do or to buy fabrics. So if you're interested in fabrics, you do have to come down here and have a look at what they've got. They've also got clothes and stuff as well. Now these shops here are the shops that you might recall from my video where I was on the other side. And I showed those buildings which are precariously perched on the edge of the river. Well, that's these shops here. Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of a gold shop there. And the reason we know that is because we're now in a gap. Yeah, there's a gap here. And the gap is where the buildings collapse. Oh, they're using it as a parking lot already. Oh, that's a little bit sad, isn't it? People died here. But we'll have a look anyway. This is where the building collapsed into the river. And, well, it's been flattened. It got flattened real quick. And you can just see in there how that thing just collapsed. Well, it's not even one building, it's a whole row of buildings collapsed straight into the river like that. And this building here, you can see the construction of it, how all that foundation, you've got the foundations there, although that foundation looks a bit dodgy. And then they fill it in with all those mismatched bricks. Then upstairs, you've got something that looks a little bit dodgy as well. Like, you wouldn't get me living in a place like that at all, especially after what's happened to these ones here. So what it shows you is that the street continues on as if nothing happened. There's just a few shops missing and a few people have died, but the rest of the place goes on. You can see here they're renovating this place now, patching up the walls a little bit, and hopefully it's safe. Yeah, look at that. Hopefully it's safe. I really feel sad about what happened here during the floods when these buildings collapsed. It's just terrible that could happen, especially when we you could foresee it. You really could foresee it. Anyway, that's Jalan Sulawesi. This is a mosque here. So that's a corner of a mosque. There's some shops surrounding it. And I'll just turn down this road, which is Jalan Kalimantan. Kalimantan is a province here in Indonesia. Well, they've actually broken Kalimantan up into a number of different sections now, but it used to be just called Kalimantan, which is basically Borneo. They've broken it up into east, west, and all that sort of stuff now. There's a lot more like the Muslim shops here, so they're selling things like mats that they pray on. They're selling jilbabs, they're selling skull caps. I really like all these old signs that you see, hand-painted signs. That was the thing that I remember when first coming to Bali, was that all the signs were hand-painted. I really love those hand-painted signs. I really love these back streets. We're right in the centre of town, the busiest part of town, and yet it feels like you're a million miles away. Like, worth a look up all of these streets, just worth a look, worth a bit of a walk around. It's just beautiful, you know. And then we're coming up to Jalan Sumatra. Now Jalan Sumatra, oh, there's a little coffee shop there as well. I'm just sort of doing a little loop. Hello, bro. Just do a bit of a loop around here. So this place, this is sort of like heading the same opposite direction of where I came down Jalan Sulawesi. A bit of a busier road. For me, not as atmospheric, not as interesting. There's a few little ruko there, but not too many of the old ones remain. But the architecture is still old school, which I really enjoy. I just wish some of these dilapidated places could be, you know, revitalised just a little bit, because that character is really what I like about this area of downtown Denpasar. That's another thing I probably should have told you about. See that bus there? That bus, I don't know where that one exactly is going, but I know you can get a bus to right where I am from Sanur. It goes right from Sanur to here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the one from the Icon Mall comes in this area, like really close to where I am now. People are very, very friendly around here. They're wondering why there's a foreigner walking around the streets, because it's just not that common. I mean, foreigners come here, I'm not the only one, but it's just not common for people to be vlogging about this part of town, because it's quite unpopular, but I think it's just deserves a bit more attention. I think it's really good. Anyway, getting back to that bus, catch a bus from the Icon Mall, comes past this area, just jump off somewhere around like Jalan Sulawesi. Oh, look at that, nice temple. And the smells are beautiful as well. You've got warungs around here as well, which I'm smelling the fragrances of all the warungs and so forth. Just nipped down this little side street. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, there's a little orange man. Look at that, all the oranges. Oh, look at that. It's like a distributor of oranges. Hello. Oh, that's cool. He's loading the oranges. Yeah, a little distributor of oranges there. I'm not sure what the story is. Looks like a few of these places are doing fruits as well, like that. Dokobua, hello. Yeah, look at these baskets. Well, that's interesting. You always find something a bit strange going on there. Like this is a, it looks like a mango production, like a distributor. Look at that one. And there's some big mangoes in there as well, like massive ones. Really big mangoes. Look at that. They're big. Really big. This is how a lot of this distribution works, you know, in Bali. You know, you go to the supermarket and buy all these really nice fruits and so forth. They probably come from a distributor that's operating a little bit like this. It's the way it goes. Because a lot of the logistics is still old style, old school. Yeah, buying and selling, trading. They come from the villages in bulk, and they'll store them here and then sell them in smaller lots to different places. You know, they've got the old school scales going still. Wow, I'm surprised I was actually stumbling upon something like this along this little street here. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? A few warungs, but mainly just that fruit distributors. That's cool, really cool. The fruit distribution street. Well, that's interesting as well. Look at that over there. Little storage areas for, well, I guess rice storage areas. I'm assuming lumbung. Keep them off the ground, try and keep your rice free from pests. And it's your sort of emergency stash if you have a bit of a famine going on. Wow. This is Jalan Ternate. Now, that's another interesting name, Ternate. And there's a twin island of Tidore. It's in Maluku Utara province in the old Spice Islands. And those two islands of Tidore and Ternate were really interesting in history. They were sultanates and they commanded a lot of respect over a big parcel of land. And they are both volcanoes, volcanic islands, very small and I guess overpowered for their size. Wouldn't mind going there actually, have a bit of a visit. It's a long way out there, like many hours on an aeroplane. Finish, yeah! She knows what the story is. I'm on my way back to where I started. This is Pasar Badung, just over here. That's the main market here in Denpasar. It's called Pasar Badung, even though it's not in Badung Kabupaten, mainly because things split up quite a few years ago between Denpasar and Badung, and then across from that is an art market where you can get all sorts of knickknacks at wholesale prices. You have to negotiate, of course, as is always the case, but if you go in there with a price in mind and the stock that you want to buy and how many pieces you want to buy of something, you'll always get a good price there. But for most people, the volumes that you really want to buy are probably not worth it if you just take it home for knickknacks. It's mainly for people who on sell. Now that's interesting, more batik, more kabaya. And we are now back at Jalan Gajah, the main street through the middle of Denpasar. I mean, I've already done a walk before. I actually walked from up there down the river on both sides and then into the market area. I've already done that in a previous video. And that's where I actually spotted one of these buildings from the back that later in the months that followed collapsed into the river. I've really enjoyed walking around here in Denpasar. Once again, I really love the centre of Denpasar. I hope you do too, because I find a lot of joy in finding little bits and pieces going on in the back streets. I plan to come down to Denpasar a lot more because I feel quite at home in a place like Denpasar. I feel more at home here than I would in a place like Legian or Kuta or Seminyak, that's for sure. Like, I feel like I can provide some cultural insights here that, like, there's not really much culture to sort of give insight to in a place like Kuta, but there is here. Thank you for coming along for the ride today. Oh, I'm going to get bowled over by a horse and cart behind me if I don't move quickly. Thanks for coming along for the ride today. Hey, thanks to all the new members that have signed up recently. That has been a real help to see more members joining up and providing a little bit of support to the channel as we go forward. And things are starting to gain a bit of momentum on the channel, as you can probably see by, you know, some of the videos that I'm putting up and some of the comments that are coming in as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur, Bali and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time. Sampai jumpa.